Welcome back to another episode of the Luxury Specialist podcast. I'm your host, Michael LaFido. You're in the right place if you're an individual agent, you're a team leader, you're a broker owner, and you're looking to differentiate yourself, bring more value to your clients, hopefully make some more money and enjoy what you're doing. So that's what our show's all about. Just a reminder, if you're getting value from this episode or perhaps a previous episode, please leave us a like, leave us a 5-star review if we've earned it. Our guests aren't compensated, nor am I. We're doing this to raise the bar for the industry. And so hopefully you're seeing some value from it. This is our 200 and I believe 70, I want to say 274th podcast. And so, again, feel free to go back and listen to some previous podcasts. You can find those either on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. Of course, you can also go to luxurylistingpodcast.com, luxurylistingpodcast.com. And again, if you have any questions, you can always shoot me an email, michael@marketingluxurygroup.com, michael@marketingluxurygroup.com. Of course, we have our next book coming out, Secret to Top Luxury Agents. We're really excited about that. That is going to be launching. It's going to be releasing March of 2024, end of first quarter. We have some terrific people in that book. We have 2 billionaires in the book. We have undercover billionaire Glenn Stearns wrote the foreword, along with some other rock star agents from independent brokerages to the Sotheby's, the Compasses, the Forbes, the Christie's, and likewise, we have a lot of independent brokers as well. So we're really excited about that book. We believe it's going to be a bestseller. For more information on that, we have one spot available. If you're interested, you can go to Secrets of Top Luxury Agents for more information on that. We have experts from working with athletes to artificial intelligence to videos. It's going to be an amazing book. Again, just for those of you that are watching this live stream, you can literally type in your comments, you type in your questions in the comments section. All right. So today I have a special guest, and I'm going to bring him on in a moment, but I want to at least share with you what he looks like and a little background. Okay. I have this gentleman. I met him at the National Association of Realtors. I'm a big believer that iron sharpens iron. I go to these big conferences many times as a guest speaker at the NAR conference in Anaheim in November of 2023. I went as an agent, as a consultant, to try to figure out what's going on with between the lawsuits of the world to artificial intelligence to what's all the buzz about in 2024. Where is the market going? There was a mixture of lenders from, big time mortgage companies like Rocket Mortgage to, international brokerages. I really highly recommend it if you haven't attended one of the big conferences. I'm excited. My next event I'll be going to Inman, New York, end of January of 2024. So how can technology help an agent in 2024? That is what my guest and I are going to be speaking about. And with that, I bring him in. How you doing today, Toufic?
I'm doing well. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing great. So thank you for your time. And, one of the things I would be remiss if I did not give a little background on how I first heard about you, and more importantly, or just as important, was the company that you are the president of, or I think founded, and that's Slydial. I've been using Slydial for years. The first time I was introduced to it was probably at a conference. And if you're not familiar with Slydial, I'd recommend you guys go to slydial.com, but it's basically ringless voicemail. So you have an important message to share with a client, a family member, a loved one. Maybe you have a client that's very long-winded and you need something that's time specific, or you have an appointment coming up and you've got to get them very detailed information, but you're not in front of a computer and can't type it out or create a video. You can leave a voicemail, and I'm perhaps missing something there, but is that the quick overview of that?
That's correct. So Slydial is an app that you can install on your iPhone or Android, and it integrates with your contacts. So you can, let's say I want to leave a quick message to somebody, I can just go to the contact, dial there, and then it goes directly to their voicemail. I can leave the voicemail. It has some small group functionality. Let's say you want to send the same message to a small group. You can also do this. And then we have the more business application, if we will. It's called Slide Broadcast, which is similar concepts, allows you to leave a voicemail, but there it has a lot of more, how do you call this, more management features. You can leave it to, hundreds, thousands or more. It has AI built in. It has tracking if you choose to as well.
So Slide Broadcast, bring it back to simple use for the team leader, the broker owner, the individual agent. You would use Slide Broadcast if you want to wish your database a happy holidays in a voicemail. Okay.
Exactly.
So you could enter in all their mobile numbers. Again, mobile numbers, not landlines. You enter all their mobile numbers. You pre-record the message. So, hey, it's Michael Afito. Just wanted to wish you a happy holidays. As always, if you have any real estate questions, reach out, and boom, it's just a more personalized touch than maybe the blanketed email where it's time to roll back the clocks and all those stupid emails that real estate agents, I'm good friends with a lot of agents at different brokerages. And, recently one brokerage is Coldwell Banker, and I'm friends with several Coldwell Banker agents, and they're all on the same CRM. So literally within like a few minutes, I got the same exact email from, the same agents, right? So if you want to personalize something, Slide Broadcast would be to a large list, or Slydial to an individual list. So that is, so you're the founder of that. You created that.
That's correct. We started this a while back with Slydial, and then once we get the patent on the technology a few years back, we decided to go more in the business-to-business aspect, and we launched Slide Broadcast. So the chronology, if you will, was Slydial first, back in the days, maybe 10 years ago, and then migrated to Slide Broadcast once the patent was approved. And then over time, we have improved both products. We integrated with Siri and Slydial. So you can now say, hey, Siri, Slydial, whatever. And then, boom, it does it.
Oh, wow. There you go. Nice.
And the Slide Broadcast, we have added AI where we can customize with your voice, your own voice, each. Let's say I want to leave a message to Michael. I want to leave a message to Jennifer. I can just record the message, and the system will, with your own voice, insert "Hi Jen," "Hi Mike," "Hi," etc., etc.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's an AI side, and we added tracking, where let's say you send a bunch of voicemails, so let's say 100 people or 1,000 people. Now the system will tell you how many people called back, when they called back. Like if you leave a message today, within what time do they call back? And then the average call duration, etc. So give you more insight onto how people are interacting with it. So
more trackability. So
that's correct. That's correct.
Was it delivered, and B, did they respond back based on the caller ID number that was inputted?
Correct.
Okay.
That's correct. Is there
so
any
on the screen here, I have Slydial, for $30 for the year, or $3 a month, $2.99 or $29.99 for the year, unlimited Slide dials. So this is the Slydial, or you could do it for free. Literally, if you want to try it yourself, correct me if I'm wrong. That's the number on the screen, right?
Or you can do it from the number, or you can do the app. Is free. You'll hear promotion about our other products. We do not advertise anybody else. It's promotion to all the products we have in the company. If you use the app for free, you can use it forever for free. You don't have to buy. Or if you don't want to hear the ads, you can just subscribe to it.
Well, thank you for that. I part of our podcast is we want to bring in top agents, top luxury agents, inspiring stories. We've had featured before how an agent helped a rental in Florida. It was a 1-bedroom renter. that turned into an $8 million listing because of a recommendation, a referral, right? So you just don't know where your next deal is going to come from. In this episode, we're bringing on a tool that I've been using for some time that, I was honored to see you have a booth and talk to you. And then obviously we exchange information. And so this is a value add to our listenership, to our podcast. It's a great tool. It's a great resource. So I wanted to make sure we brought this on there. So let's move on to artificial intelligence, AI. It's a big buzzword today. You have all these different gurus, experts, chat GPT, cheat sheets, everything else. Talk to us a little bit about AI, artificial intelligence, what you're seeing out there. Obviously, you have code, you're creating products, you're a business leader. Agents are always looking for what I like to call
That was easy.
the easy button. So how can artificial intelligence make an agent's life easier today?
Well, AI is a technology, right? So it's like in any, uh, it's in the long lines of important technologies that throughout humanity people have developed. So every time there's a new technology, you go back in history for as long as human exists. Anytime you have a new technology, it has kind of two impacts, right? One primary impact is fear. People are afraid. Oh, it's going to change my life. Humans in general, uh, we don't like change much, right? We like to do things the way it has always been done, which is never the case because things are always changing. But it's our natural incline, if you will, to be afraid of the new technology, etc. And then AI, I mean, it's in its name, artificial intelligence, and intelligence has always been considered the proper of a human being, right? So now we have the machine that kind of taking some human aspect, which is intelligence, which is always intelligent. I mean, technology has always been, taking things that human do and do it faster, better. If you think about, the printing press, the Gutenberg printing press, it scared a lot of people when it came out, but because people used to write and now the machine is writing for them and they can do it without no errors, readable way, and can be duplicated in millions of formats. So it scared people. This is no different, honestly, than the printing press or the machines or the cars or the movies and etc. It's just it takes our human quality and capability and make them going faster, better, more replicated. So people are afraid. So the first aspect, the first reaction to technology is fear. The second, which I think is a more productive one and more useful one in the long term, is adaptation. How can I adapt my technology the technology to allow to do my job better, faster, and better than what I normally do, but more importantly, better than my competitor. So adoption of technology, once you overcome the fear, which I recommend everybody not to fear technology, is once you overcome the fear, how do you say, okay, I'm going to adapt the technology and the way I do business. That becomes a very, very, very important distinction between what you normally do, but more importantly, what your competitors are doing or not doing. So it gives you a big competitive advantage, and I truly always recommend people to overcome their fear, to overcome the learning curve that comes with new technology, and really try to adopt it as fast as I can.
Yeah, that's a great point. On the screen here, I have fear of change, right? There's so many agents that are exactly just that. They're afraid of change. And I had one of our co-authors, Terry Sprague. He's with Lux Properties. He's a member of Forbes Global Properties. Terry does an amazing job. He's in our book, Secrets of Top Luxury Agents. And one of the things that he talks about that I thought was I guess I think this way, but he said it in a way where I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Is he's always looking at his business, and maybe you do the same. Like if you were in competition with Slydial, you probably know your competitor if there is one. Just like I know our competition on the luxury designation side. What are they doing? But you got to be focused on you, not your competitor, right? You've seen those memes where Michael Phelps was swimming and he wasn't supposed to beat this one guy, and the guy kept looking to see where Phelps was, and Phelps touched the wall first. But on the same token, Terry talked about what would he do if he was his competitor? What are Terry's weak points? Like looking at your SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. And he did such a great job with this. I got to give Terry credit with that. And for those of you that want to listen to Terry's interview, we are going to be making that available once our book is released. And so again, Terry Sprague, got a picture of him on the screen right now. He's out of the Portland, Oregon area, and he's going to be featured in our book, Secret to Top Luxury Agents. So you brought up a good point. I like that. Agents are afraid of change. They fear change. But what you have to be asking is, how can I adapt technology to do a better job for myself and differentiate myself from the competitor, correct?
That's correct. I mean, the old story is that that two guys are in the jungle, and all of a sudden a tiger appeared, and one guy started running, and the other guy said, "What? You think you're going to overrun the tiger?" And he said, "No, I think I'm going to overrun you." This is exactly right.
That is exactly right. I tell that story to my kids all the time. If there's a dog that runs out, you don't have to be faster than the dog. You just got to be faster than your friends.
So that's it's true. In business, is you are not you're competing. You're competing obviously against your competition. You're competing with yourself. Your job is to, in the competition, is to make yourself and your company always better. Focus on that. Technology allows you to do this. Allows you to do this in a significant manner. Use it, study it, learn it, and adapt it. Don't fear it. I mean, we were at the same trade show, and I can tell you many times. I mean, and agents are not different than anybody else. It's not like they are different humans than the rest of us. No, But I have heard it so many times. Say, "Oh no, what you do with technology? Oh, I like to do it the old-fashioned way." Well, yes, you can. You can, but the proper of technology is it's not only that your business is changing, is that your customer is changing, because they use technology as well. I mean, technology is not limited to the supplier; it's limited also for the people on the other side. If you take it 20 years ago, nobody would be hearing about advertising on Facebook, or it would be limited to email. SMS were there, ringless voicemail obviously was not there. So if you say, okay, I'm going to continue doing it the old-fashioned way, well, what is the old-fashioned way? Because your customer is also changing. And then your customer, because they're also changing in the adoption of technology, they expect you to change as well. So saying it, staying in this mindset, it's never going to be in the long term a very successful strategy. Adaptation, change is part of the environment. I don't care what business you are in. At some point,
that's one consistent thing is change, correct?
Change. Absolutely.
So, right. For you? What do you see in 2024, technology-wise? Right? If you were to say each year there might be some big new release, new product, new offering. ChatGPT, nobody knew what it was a year ago. Maybe some did, but most didn't. Now people know what it is, right? So what do you foresee, or maybe something that recently has been released that you say, hey, this is, keep an eye out for this? You seem like a tech guy, more tech savvy than most that we have on our show. Is there anything coming in the pipeline? Maybe not real estate specific, but just technology specific, whether it be photos, whether it be for the phone, whether it be social media, for the home. Are you seeing anything?
Yes. So the obviously artificial intelligence penetration in different aspects is going to accelerate. Right now, if you look at it, it's mostly it's ChatGPT, but it's much broader than this. So you are going to see more companies adopting elements of artificial intelligence into this. So imaging is going to benefit from that significantly, which will help the real estate's aspect of things. So I see that as a main, a propagation, if you will, of artificial intelligence in many industries. That will be the big element of 2024. That being said, there's a lot of government looking into it. Like a couple of days ago, European Union passed a law. So I am being a technologist, I don't like government intervening early on because that might curtail the growth, and especially governments don't really understand very well technology, right? So everybody have seen the hearings on the Senate or Congress, and then it's so there is a big gap of understanding. So I would normally don't like governments to intervene early on because they might have a negative impact. So artificial intelligence being broadly adopted by many sectors of the businesses will be the big story. Mm-hmm. I think in communication, that's the other thing. Even though it changed a lot, I think we were going to start seeing some changes in communication, especially in a more personalized way. Meaning, artificial intelligence is going to take a place there as well. And this could have, negative impact, spamming, and that could be something to really look for and be careful about. But also, it's going to allow a more positive way of how people communicate, right? So,
yeah. We got Slydial, we got Sly Broadcast. You don't do anything with text blast, do you?
Yes, we do. So we launched Sly Text. We stick with the Sly. So we launched it maybe 3 years ago, Sly Texting as well, which will do, it will have part of the personalization. There's a lot of tools where, two texts are not alike, right? Every text would be unique, even though you're sending 100, 1,000 messages. Each one would be personalized to the person you are sending to. So there again, we're integrating some intelligence, some AI as well, into generating the text and changing so it doesn't when the person receives it is sent to you. So our focus in the company has always been, how can I make mass communication more personal? Yeah. Mass communication is a great productivity tool, right? I don't want to spend, picking up the phone, calling, hanging up, or picking up my text and sending, hanging up. So how can we? But mass communication, if it loses its personalization, it's bad, right? So we said, okay,
right. It's got to have that personalized feel, so it doesn't seem spammy, doesn't seem
exactly,
exactly like you get those emails, enter first name, comma, they forget to put the field in there, and so it was just a template.
And then you read the email, even if they put your name, it's right. Not, so. What our company has always been focused on is how can we make mass communication more personal, and that's kind of the driving force behind what we do.
Now I got to ask this question. Our listeners are real estate agents, right? And I swear I get 2 to 4 texts a day from NAR about healthcare. National Association of Realtors Healthcare. They're not a client of yours, are they? Because I've hit
no. No, and you have to be careful. I keep this is what I tell my customer. With us, less is more. Which is, you think it's as the CEO of the company, I should say no, use us more. No, I really truly believe, with us, use it, less is more. Yeah. It hurts our revenues. The more people use us, the more we make revenue. But honestly, that's for me. You have to be careful with the tools you use. You don't abuse them. Because it's the return is going to decrease, right? In economics with all the
bell curve almost.
The bell curve, it's going to decrease. It doesn't mean that in the beginning you're going to use it, it's going to give you good returns, but after a while it's contact degrees and it becomes self-defeating. So be careful how you use technology, use it, but be careful how you use it and don't abuse it.
Well, hey, listen, a great message. I appreciate you today. Check it out if you haven't already. Check out Slydial. And if you want big broadcast, check out Sly Broadcast. And hey, text, I just learned a new thing today, Sly Text. So check that out. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Keep raising the bar and making agents' lives easier, okay?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Michael, for having me.
Hey, thank you. Have a great rest of your year and a great 2024.
Same to you guys and to your listeners. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I hope this was helpful. It's a great tool. I've been using it for years. Slydial, you got Sly Broadcast. So if you're getting value and this was helpful to you, maybe you didn't hear about this product before, like I said, leave us a like, leave us a review. And just a reminder, our next book, Secrets of Top Luxury Agents, is coming out. I want to share with you this image. These are just a handful of some of the speakers, not speakers, of contributors, of co-authors. I have Julie Foppel from Realm. I have Elena Cardone. I have Jack Cotton, who I think is like industry icon. He's like the grandfather of luxury real estate. He speaks at many of the NAR conferences. I have Glenn Stearns from Undercover Billionaire, and a list of other top agents from Anthony John to Tristan Ahumada, Peter Liu, Rick Jansen, who's huge with artificial intelligence. Natasha, Christina, both are out of the Houston market. They're amazing with customer service. Rob Thompson, Waterfront Properties. John Mark Mitchell with Mitchell Forbes. Terry Sprague, Maria Paul, and we're adding a few more as we speak. We're so excited about the book. And then just a reminder, the podcast, you can go to iTunes. If you are getting value from this, go to iTunes. We only have 49 reviews. We've been doing this 270 episodes. And so I have to do a better job, just like you as an agent have to do a better job of asking for a 5-star review if you earn it. Again, we have 49 reviews. If you are getting value from this, go to iTunes.com, go to podcast.apple.com, or type in iTunes Luxury Listing Specials. Leave us a 5-star if you've earned it, or you can go directly to luxurylistingpodcast.com, which is our website where you can download and listen to previous episodes from the Zillow Killer, episode 270 to 268 is how somebody took a renter to doing a great job for them, taking a rental client, doing a great job and earning an $8 million listing from a referral, to other episodes. There's Rob on there. So take a look at that. Again, I'm your host, Michael Lafido. You guys are, thank you so much for listening to our show, watching our show. And as I mentioned, if you get value, leave us a like and keep raising the bar. Turn the news off. They want to divide you and me. Again, unify people, build others up, and as I like to close out, prove others wrong. Until next time, I'm your host, Michael Lafido. Talk to you soon.